Okay, welcome. Welcome to the first one of these that I've done. I'm Mr. Yellow. Not doxed at the moment, but I will be. So what I want to do is create a space where we can talk about projects, where we can try and help new people coming on to NFTs, to actually be able to come on board quite easily. And this is the very first one. It's not started well because I've run over time in preparation. I have got a few slides just to keep me on track, really. Let's lose the logo in the top corner there. Or actually, let's have it back. But yeah, so what this session's about, forgive me, I'm all of a fluster, I hate being late. But this is about a project review. So talking about Gapettes on Sol, which minted a couple of weeks ago. The upcoming Gapettes, which you will be able to either mint or you can burn some Gapettes on Sol for it. And the imminent launch of Decipher. Decipher is another free project. And these are all projects that are done by probably the hardest working team in Sol at the moment, and also a genuine team that are building community and delivering value over and over again, and led by the Apeist. So you'll notice his name on all of the Twitter accounts related to these. First thing I wanted to do was kind of take a bit of an objective look at these projects. Well, mainly Gapettes, because obviously the others are future ones, but trying to bring an objective review, talk about what's happened. Absolutely, this is not financial advice. No way, no how. You should do your own research and make your own decisions, but I'm looking to do a number of these project reviews, AMAs with projects, also looking at doing some onboarding videos, so tips, tricks, hints, and I think I'm kind of preempting some of the stuff that I reminded myself with in the slides here. So yeah, well, what's the inspiration for doing this? Well, Gary V got me into NFTs a couple of months ago, really inspired by some of the stuff that he was saying. Absolutely amazing stuff, and obviously some of the stuff he says as well about getting yourself out there, doing socials and things like this. So this is one of those, and I'm also a big fan of the Nifty Alpha shows and their Discord, and I will give a big shout out to them. Absolutely amazing, funny guys, immense knowledge. And I suppose I would describe this as a bit of a poor person's Nifty Alpha. You know, they're playing around with some serious blue chips. A lot of us are just trying to get started in this and really interested. So this is very much more at the lower end of the market. As I said, I've talked a bit about the content, the kind of stuff. Helping people get into the space is going to be one of our aims. Making it easier for people to join, explaining some of the stuff. I'm passionate about trying to remove the bad actors, the bad projects, the rugs, and actually really, through the majority of that is probably bringing a light to good practice and good projects and genuine, authentic projects that are delivering. So that's the general idea of what we're going to do in these videos. This one, as I say, starts off with Gapettes on Sol. I've just realized I haven't got any images, but that's okay because I can show you the images in a second. But to talk about the project, run by the Apeist, it was a free mint back on 16th of November. Just for full disclosure, I didn't buy any at that point. I didn't even buy on Sol. I was on ETH, but I've got to be honest, I can't stand the gas. I see gas as waste. So yeah, 16th of November, free mint. So probably 0.01 or something by the time you've taken the fees there. Team, I would describe as semi-doxed, probably not fully doxed, but actually are a really helpful group of people that help other projects and work with other projects. Had a lot of conversations with them. They really are a good team. So I'm going to say semi-doxed, but actually they're creating a legacy. So I have trust. It did sell out in a couple of minutes. It's pixel art. And subsequent to the mint, there's been a vote in the community, and the community decided we wanted to support some domestic violence charities with some donations from the project funds. So that's really good. I think, you know, COVID has exacerbated a lot of those problems. There's a lot of good projects that are actually really supporting, you know, mental health issue, violence against women, children, domestic violence, all of those things. And I think it's really, really important in times like these. And it's really good to see projects that actually do that as well. So because I forgot to actually put some of the images in, I think I might just what should we do? So let's just drop on Magic Eden at the moment. So they are selling. Like I say, there would have been about 0.01. They've been pretty steady for a free mint, sticking around the low numbers, starting to move at the moment. Starting to move a little bit, but steady organic growth generally. And I'll explain a bit why they might be a decent pickup at the moment in a second, because hence the reason for doing this video so quickly. It's all about there's an opportunity at the moment with the Gapettes coming. So we'll come back to that. So this is the kind of thing with how the art looks. I suppose I'll give you another view of how the art looks, because I've been playing around with making galleries with projects art. These are a couple of derivatives I did of the Gapes, but as you can see, this is kind of how they look. Pixel art. I never used to like pixel art when I first started with NFT, but it's really grown on me, and I do kind of like this one, and I just realised I failed to put a frame around that one. But I love these spatial spaces and the galleries. I think it's a really good way to show off projects art. If anyone is looking to in a project and they want to set one of these up, do hook me up on look me up on Twitter. I'm just going to put a banner up there. So follow me on Twitter, send me a DM. I'm really happy to help. I've been playing around with it for the last few days, seeing what we can do, basically. So that's the art. That's the Gapes at the moment. These are just a sample set of them. So yeah, probably please, because this channel has one video other than this one, which is my NFT world that I've had built. So if you do kind of like this really rough around the edges style, and you want to see a bit more stuff about projects, and especially projects at the entry level that are really accessible for people to get involved in, and then do please like the video, subscribe to the channel, add some comments. Feel free to add comments. I suspect I'm talking to absolutely nobody at the moment, because this is literally a new channel, but that really doesn't matter, because the video will be there. People can access it when they want. So that's great. So please do like and subscribe. And I was just going to say as well, if you've got any questions, put them in the comments and we'll try to take them. Fully suspect to be talking to no one at the moment. But that's the spatial gallery. Have a look around. You can access this yourself, but if you want a hand with it, do get in touch. I'm really, really happy to help good projects to do that. Let's come back to this one a second, and I just want to, let's get rid of that one across the bottom, get rid of myself. Yeah, so we talked about the initial project, the mint, how well it did selling out, initial decisions in the community about charity. I suppose the things that I've noticed being late to the party, the community is brilliant and really, really active. And I think, I haven't got the exact numbers, but sort of a week and a half ago after mint, this is post mint, there was about probably, I think, just over 6,000 or certainly 7,000. And I just checked before the session, and you're now up to 10,716. So that's really good, really active community that's growing, and there definitely feels to be a good vibe in there. And obviously, the Apeist is in there all the time, really active, talking to the community, listening to the community as well. The charity donations, and the Gapettes. The Gapettes weren't on the original roadmap necessarily. Bit of an idea in his head, I believe, but they've been added, and they're going to be live next week. Live to mint next week. As I say, the price has held pretty firm and is growing slowly and steadily, as you'd expect for a free mint. It wasn't botted out, it wasn't hyped, it wasn't influencer led, it was grown organically. People need liquidity. So yeah, it's hard, but it is really, really doing well. And I reckon it's probably, the volumes are up, and the price is up steadily. And I think what's really good in this project is, and I've been in a lot of rugs, and I've been in a lot of bad projects. So I think the team being in there, the team being in the Discord, the team talking to people, even if there's nothing to say, or maybe there's a quiet period, or maybe the floor isn't looking good today, somebody's dumped a load of cheap ones. But they are in there, and they are working with the community, and they're not promising the earth. So they're very much delivering on what they say, but under promising, not making all these wild promises out there, and actually a real track record of delivering, like the Gapettes. So something that come up a day and a half ago, really, which was amazing just to see. I mean, bear in mind the Apeist has got this project with Gapettes coming, so another project. You've also got Decipher in the background that's going to launch today. I'll talk about that in a second. Also a new roadmap in here, and I really like it. It's not total innovation or anything like that, but actually my belief is it's going to be deliverable. So looking at metaverse for Gapes and Gapettes and how that can work, so that's coming. Staking for Gapettes, and a potential token, and obviously relating to Gapettes that are on the market. And again, a community thing that came up, community ideas, and I think they'll be really cute. Breeding, so definitely wasn't on the roadmap less than a week ago. And obviously it's on the new roadmap here. And having a Gapette, having a Gape is going to be advantageous to you. But there will be the opportunity to buy them for 0.69. But having a Gape and having a Gapette, that's absolutely going to get you a baby. have a look yourself. Honestly, I could make a mistake on this. I've had lots of conversations, but I could definitely make a mistake. So the other exciting thing, which I always like, is to hear about collaborations, and not collaborations in the sense of here's a a tweet to shill, but actually talking about how you can get access by being a Gapettes on Sol holder, or a large Gapettes on Sol holder, or an active Gapettes on Sol holder. These things are all, the definition of exactly how it's done will emerge as the roadmap evolves. So you will get access to some other partner projects as well. So all of that is brand new. It was not promised 2 weeks ago at the mint. Neither was Gapettes promised. All emerged through talking to the community, a growing active community. So I really like them. I think they are good, and I can't wait to see, more of the Gapettes as well. And so let's just move on to the Gapettes, because obviously the mint's coming up. And I will need to do that. So let's talk Gapettes. So new art, more highly evolved than the Gapettes, maybe. I think probably that's how it's described. Right now, there's a form in the Discord. I believe you've probably only got 1 day after today to do it. But essentially, you can go and pick up 5 Gapettes, fill in the form, burn them, and get 1 Gapette. Now, obviously, I would advise you don't do that. Bear in mind the baby's coming. You probably want 6 Gapettes and get 1 Gapette. So bearing in mind the price as well, price at the floor at the moment being 0.03, well worth doing. So basically, for 0.15 Sol, you can pick up 0.18, you can pick up 5 Gapettes plus 1 to keep. So 5 to burn, 1 to keep, and you can get a Gapette. And that Gapette is going to be minting in a week or so's time for 0.69. There's only going to be 696 of them. Obviously, this has an impact on the Gapettes price as well, because there's going to be a lot of Gapettes that get burned for this. So that's going to reduce the supply on the Gapettes. Obviously, the new roadmap is increasing value for being a Gapettes holder anyway, with the collaborations, with the metaverse, with the breeding, all of those sorts of things. So, yeah. The tokenomics for this is pretty obvious. Now, when I say that I'm going to put the big caveat on this. Now, that's not to say they couldn't launch and they could go right down in price and then be worth less than 0.18. Now, I don't expect that, but don't take this. Nothing in buying NFTs is risk-free. In fact, nothing in buying NFTs is medium risk. It's all high risk. But obviously, doing your own research and things like that, understanding there's some heritage here. And like I say, hardest working team, I think. So, the Apeist is delivered the Gapettes 2 weeks ago, delivering this in the next week or so, and delivering the next project in today. And I do believe there are also at least one more imminent project coming out. So it feels like they're building quite a legacy here. So it's another reason to hold Gapettes for me, because, Gapettes was the first project for the team. And they seem to be continuously delivering. So you've almost got the OG project, and as as people will know who's been in this space, the OG project always eventually going to be worth more. So it's another speculative reason to be able to get in at a really low entry point. So this makes it really accessible for people, even if they don't have a lot of money. And I think I was just writing up the rules for the Facebook group, and I am going to reiterate this. Like, don't jump in because of FOMO or anything like that. Most importantly, with NFTs, do not, whatever you do, spend anything on NFTs that you can't afford to lose. Because you have to bear in mind, as I said before, the risk level with NFTs, the risk level is always high. And probably the most important thing that you might not understand until you've got a problem with it is it's not a liquid asset. It's supply and demand. You may want to sell right at a point where the market slows, either for the project or the overall market slows for some reason. You know, a change in the price of crypto is slowing the market. So these aren't liquid assets that you can just liquidate. If the time is wrong, you've got to wait. And you really, really, really shouldn't ever be risking anything that you can't afford to lose because of all those reasons, really, and more. So don't, you know, I'd always say to new people to the market, and I wish I'd done it, and I've heard it from practically everybody that's in the space, if only I could have skipped the first 4 or 5 things I got involved in, I'd be in such a great place. So sit back and watch and learn. Join Discords, talk to people, go to AMAs, go to Twitter Spaces, watch videos, get in the Nifty Alpha. Get in the Nifty Alpha Discord anyway, because there's a whitelist for a project they're doing and it's going to be fantastic. So have a look for the Nifty Alpha. They do videos every day about their knowledge is immense. I am literally a newbie in this space, but a passionate newbie. So, sorry, I went on a sidetrack there, but yeah, let's talk mint. So the remaining amount of the 696 will be minted at 0.69. And obviously that's depends on how many Gapes holders are burning how many. And you're going to be able to breed baby Gapes, and there's obviously staking and a coin coming up in the future. So that's Gapettes. A real good reason. Like I say, if you want to do this, you do need to do it relatively quickly. I think within the next day or so, to have your Gapes, fill in the form, to burn them. Tokenomics wise, it looks like a no-brainer, really. And just finally, because I do need to jump off and actually get some of this project, because I'm all in for a good, cheap project. So I want to talk about Decipher again by the Apeist. Have a look at their Twitter. Like I say, do if you're watching this video later and you like it, sorry about how ropey it is, but it is literally the first one I've done, and I did start late here, but yeah. So Decipher, minting at 5 p.m. UTC, price is 0.01 Sol. It's fair to say it's a loot derivative, and I know not how many there are, so I'm just going to do a quick Twitter look up a second. So just going to Decipher, 2669 will be minting at 5 p.m. So not a massive number of them. 0.01 Sol project, community project, third, well, technically the second project, because Gapettes is going to come later. So second project. This one was actually that if I was, talking to the Apeist and understanding this was actually the original project, the original idea they had. But the one they launched first was the Gapes. So yeah, chronologically, could be the first, but actually Gapes is obviously the first because it was minted first. This was the first idea. But yeah, don't go stupid. It's a free mint. Have a go. You never know. Have a look. That was kind of all I wanted to cover today. I wanted to get this out prior to the mint. And I wanted to get this out urgently because of obviously the situation with the Gapes and the burning and the Gapettes. It's well worth getting this video out there. I hope some people get to find it and see it. And I'd love some feedback in the comments. And I'd love to know what new people into the space would like to hear about. I'm definitely going to do some onboarding style videos. What are NFTs? Talking about, Solana, minting, looking at the secondary markets. I mean, really anything to help people. And we're definitely going to have some projects on here to talk about it. We were potentially going to have the Apeist, but as you'll probably understand, when you're about 28 minutes to minting, he's quite busy at the moment with the team making sure this all goes well. So do hit me up on Twitter as well. Follow me. I do Twitter spaces as well as this. Like I say, if any projects looking at a gallery, I'm more than happy to help projects, within reason. I'm not looking to get involved in anything that's looking to rug people. So I have to have a little bit of confidence in you. But hopefully that's been useful. Hopefully I'll see you again. So Mr. Yellow, have started a Facebook group, but my main idea is to do YouTube videos about NFTs and hopefully getting people into the space in a safer way so they don't get rugged like me last week with 3 projects. The more we can highlight the good and tell people what to look for, the better. So hopefully see you soon. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. And thank you for your time. And good luck if you have a go on any of these projects, really. And I'll see you in the Discords if you do. All right. See you later. Bye.